As a certified de-escalation strategies instructor, I gotta tell you, watching today's badge cam pissed me right off. Hi everyone, welcome to what is not my favorite badge cam lesson. I am your host as always, John Correa.
And I'm your co-host, Mike Williver. Today's video comes to us from Bakersfield, California.
Today's video is brought to us by Mantis. The Mantis family of products is integral to ASP staff building handgun and carbine skills and are your most economical and fastest path to improvement in your skills too. Whether you choose the X10, the Laser Academy, the Blackbeard, or use them all in concert, they will help your practice be more effective, efficient, and fun. Go check them out, pick up a unit, and thank them for sponsoring today's video. Officers have been called to a suicidal person call or a man walking down the street waving a knife around call. So we're gonna see the officer get out here. I believe that this person is a teenager and I believe in the mid-teens. So let's listen in and see what happens.
Hey, bud. It's okay. Come here and talk to me. Come here. The ground for me. Lay down on the ground. Power up 3. I have the subject. He's on the property. He's on the south side, west of Buena Vista. I need you to drop the knife. You have to. I'm gonna shoot you. Power up 3. He's still in the
Subject's running.
He's not running.
That's not what's running.
Unit 7, 1097, 7.
Need to block off traffic at the intersection.
Power 310-9.
We need to block off traffic at the intersection of Buena Vista and Pensinger.
That's the one, I'll handle it.
Hey, bud, come back here! Turn off the siren. Stay right there, bud. He's got us drop it, bud. You have to drop it. No one's gonna hurt you, even if you want us to, bud. We're gonna get you help, but we gotta do it a different way. Drop the knife now. Yes, we do. You gotta drop it. We're gonna get you some help, but you gotta work with us. I need you to lay down the knife. Lay down the knife, bud. Who's got the lock?
Be able to talk to you and figure out what's going on.
What do you have? Do you have less lethal? You got lethal? Watch your backdrop. Do you have less lethal or lethal? I need you to go less lethal if we can. Stay there. Drop the knife. You have to drop it so we can get you some help.
R9177.
You have to drop it.
Portions of the intersection are still unblocked.
We need northbound and southbound Buena Vista shut down. At least a block on each direction. Drop the knife. Drop it. I'm less lethal. Less lethal. Bud, you have to drop it. Your dad does not. Less lethal first. We're not going to shoot you. You understand that? I don't care how much you ask. We have to get you help a different way. Stay there. Put the knife down now. We're going to, but you're gonna put the knife down. You have to. You have to. We are not going to shoot you. You understand that? We're gonna get you help, but we have to do it a different way. No one wants to get hurt. You understand that, right? You got the launcher? Mally, can you move around to my side? Can you move around here?
You're gonna be fine.
You're gonna be fine, bud. We're going, no, don't do it.
Hey, go ahead and
Don't
drop the
do
knife
it.
for us.
Do not do it. Less lethal. Launcher and less lethal.
Drops the knife if he delivers the launcher and he drops.
Nobody has guns. We're not going to do it. We need you to go our way. We have the right way to do this, but you've got to drop the knife. Please drop it. I'm asking you so we can help you. Drop the knife. Down, he's down, knife. Please drop it. I'm asking you so we can help you. Drop the knife. Down, he's down, knife.
No.
Thankfully, the one shot that was fired was not fatal. They did get the knife away from him, get him into custody, get him treated at the hospital, and then, as far as I can tell, I don't think any criminal charges were filed here, that they got him instead the help that he needs. So listen, I think in the moment we're gonna realize that the officer that shot this guy was justified in doing so, but all the lead up to this is an absolute crap wagon, and we're gonna talk about why. So in an overall sense, Mike, I think at the beginning here, the thing that I wanna say is that I think that this officer who's kind of in charge here, I think she has the right heart. She's trying to not have to shoot this guy. I just think that she doesn't have the skills. She hasn't been trained in the de-escalation strategies that would have proven effective here, but I do think she tried.
Yeah, let me start by saying that, John. You know, we tend to be hard on officers, on deputies when they don't do the best job they can possibly do. I don't know what kind of de-escalation training she's had. You just went through some really good training like that, so you're kind of an authority, almost more than I am, on that topic. I think her heart was in the right place for sure. You know, she wanted to talk the guy down. She wanted this to end peacefully. I think that's very clear from everything that she said. But like you said, John, you got to step out from behind the badge a little bit. You know, I think the first thing here that should have happened is, hey, what's your name? And that, hey, what's your name? Hi, I'm Mike or Linda or whatever. And that never really happened. And I think that's kind of where this whole thing went wrong.
The big thing that I see as well, okay, so, and yes, I'm a realistic de-escalation strategies instructor. I'm also a crisis intervention team trained person. And probably a big thing here is officer safety is first, right? So I think they did a great job of that, of maintaining distance, and that distance buys you discretionary time. Good job on that. I think killing the siren here in a minute was a great job. I think you're totally right about making sure that, hey, step around the badge, right? Ask someone their name. Use your first name. You don't have to be, I'm Officer so-and-so with the police department. It's, my name's John, and I'm here to help. The other thing that I really see is that she negated him multiple times. She said, my dad hates me. No, he doesn't. I want to die. No, you don't. That's not helpful. That's just putting up barricades, and it doesn't build any rapport. In fact, it hurts rapport. Instead, we get things like, my dad hates me. Tell me, did you have a fight with your dad today? Tell me what happened in that. That empathizes with them. I want to die. Man, that's a tough place to be in. Tell me why you feel that way today. Tell me what happened today to get to that place. And that starts to draw out the story that lets you build rapport. Remember, our big 4-stage idea here is we want to make contact first. What we have here is a clear thinking, high emotion, non-compliant person. Then we want to build rapport. We want to say, wait a minute, I want the best for you. I'm here as a human to help you. Then we can start to influence behavior like put the knife down. Then we can start to achieve a meaningful police goal. So if you don't do that though, man, you get on this tape loop. You get on this kind of drop the knife, you have to, yes you do, this is what you have to do, and it just didn't work here.
Yeah, I think, and again, John, I want to say this, I want to reiterate this. I think she meant well. When she negated things, I think she thought she was doing the right thing. No, I'm sure your dad loves you, and or whatever else. But that's the reason this kind of training is so critical, that every officer, every deputy, every agent needs to be well trained in how to de-escalate someone, how to build that rapport, because it's not a natural skill. I mean, it took me years to get to a point where I could walk into an interview room and sit down with someone and, spend an hour chit-chatting with them before we started an interview to kind of build that rapport, to get that sense that we're just two people talking. It's not, me up here the cop and you down here the bad guy. And that's doubly true when it comes to crisis communication. So I think while she meant well by negating things, I think her goal was to go, no, I'm sure your dad loves you. But to just say, no, that's not true. I need you to do this, I need you to do that. It isn't effective. And I mean, thank God this came out, this resulted in him not dying. But somebody says to you, my dad hates me, a response might be, like you said, man, that's tough. I can't imagine how hard that must be for you, or something other than, no, he doesn't hate you. Because the fact is, you have no idea. His dad might hate him. So you got to be super careful how you phrase things. Yeah,
and again, you want to make connection here is a big thing. I will say that as she went through the other officers and made sure, you've got lethal, you've got less lethal, do we have a launcher? She was calm, she was collected, she did a really good job, I think, of managing the scene and trying to maintain some distance. I think that again, I want to say those are good things. And what I said in the intro, that watching this one pissed me off, is not because I'm angry at her for not being trained. I'm angry that they have not given her the skills that she needs to maybe successfully navigate this. Because I'll guarantee you, with that heart, if she had just been given the skills of learning empathy, of learning the LEAPS method of communication, of learning how to connect with people and build rapport, this could have been significantly different. Next thing I want to talk about here, Mike, is they have less lethal available, and it seemed like especially once he started kind of, why can't I do it? And he starts, breathing heavy, man. You got to at some point go.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me address something real quick before I talk about that, John. I want to commend her, as you said, in her command presence on calmly making sure the other officers had what they needed, make sure people were staged, make sure we have lethal and less lethal ready. But moreover, the other officers for not shouting commands and overriding her commands or making things confusing or more chaotic than they need to be. They did a great job of that, and she was fantastic as the supervisor on the scene. Maybe if you're an officer watching this, if you're the one calming out with people, maybe go, hey, Johnson, go check on everybody, make sure everybody's squared away, so you can continue that communication. You're not busy talking to other people. Just a small point. Absolutely, they saw this coming. They saw the signs of him working himself up, working up the courage, saying the things he said, why can't I do it? I love you, Dad, is definitely a sign that he's seriously considering going through with this. And then all the posturing. So at this point, 100%, I'm a huge fan of pepper spray. A big riot-sized, pepper fogger might have been great. Somebody could just paint that guy's face with it, and then everybody backs off and let him stumble around until he drops the knife. That's a possibility. The 40 millimeter, the beanbag shotgun could have been employed here, or the taser appears to be in a good spot here. Let's give that a shot now. Let's not wait for him to charge. I'm not sure what the point of the less lethal is if we don't use it before it's absolutely necessary to act, because the guy's now running towards us.
Yeah, and of course, once he's running towards you with a knife, now everything changes. And we go to the second officer. This is the officer who actually fired. He fired one shot, and you saw the guy, puff up and breathe and work up the courage and then charge with a knife. Now, we know beyond a shadow of a doubt this is suicide by cop. That doesn't change the fact that it was justified use of defensive deadly force. It was justified in what he did. Thank God that the kid didn't die, that they ended up getting him in custody and all those things. And I don't know if they could have talked him down. I don't know. Well, we do know you can't de-escalate anyone. Only they can de-escalate themselves. But I can say I wish they had better skills in the de-escalation part and in the crisis management and crisis intervention part, because this might have been preventable. Doesn't mean it wasn't justified. I think that the shooting was justified, but I can't call this a good outcome, Mike.
No, it's not great. I want to commend the officer for firing one round and reassessing and not mag dumping the guy, not shooting a whole bunch of rounds unnecessarily. That showed restraint on his part. And I'll say this again, I've said it a bunch of times, John, but the bottom line is someone who is trying to get you to kill them as a police officer, someone running at you with a knife or doing whatever they're doing to threaten your safety in order to get you to do a thing, they're going to continue to do the thing until you do your thing. So they're going to continue to charge at you until you shoot them, or find some other way to make this end. At the end of the day, John, I think these cops did a commendable job in a lot of ways. I think you hit the nail on the head. Every officer, every deputy who's on the street needs to have really good, advanced, quality de-escalation training, crisis communication training, so that when they're out there in the streets patrolling your community, and it's, God forbid, one of our loved ones out there, they can do a little bit better job, have the training and skills necessary to cover their ass.